How's it going, guys? Gaming Goddess here, and we're back with yet another review. Today we are taking a look at the new Madoka Exedra mobile game, also now available on Steam. Madoka Magica is one of my all-time favorite anime series, and I was super obsessed with the Magia Record mobile game back in 2019. So I was definitely looking forward to this iteration into the series. So just for a bit of context before we start. Quella Magia Madoka Magica is a magical girl anime series that follows the main character Madoka Kaname, her best friend Sayaka Miki, upperclassman and mentor Mami Tomoe, Kyoko Sakura, and the mysterious transfer student Hamura Akemi, who all make a contract with Kyubei to become a magical girl, and in exchange, you get one wish granted. It's now up to them to fight witches and collect grief seeds. So with that being said, let's dive into the review. Upon opening the game for the first time, we are given a cutscene of the witch while Purchase-Not destroying Mitakihara, as well as a close-up shot of Hamura before cutting to Madoka in a pier-wide hallway. Here, we do get some control as the game instructs you on how to move on the map. Once reaching the exit, we are thrown back into the previous scene of Hamura fighting Purchase, only this time we get to take control again for a small battle tutorial. After our little tutorial section, we are now introduced to AQ and the unknown magical girl. A classic case of amnesia, as she doesn't know her name, what she looks like, what her wish was, or even what her power is. In this scene with AQ, we learn a little bit more about the lighthouse, as well as our ultimate goal of collecting the Mem Sparks in hope to figure out who we are. And how do we do that exactly? By playing through the memories of our favorite magical girls. Now we can finally get into the actual gameplay. However, do keep in mind this is a mobile game, so the gameplay is quite limited. Every day you will be able to claim your daily login bonus. Sometimes you can get more bonuses depending on the events that are going on at the time of login. You'll also be able to read the latest updates and news. Now, every time you launch the game, you'll always start in the lighthouse, where you can move the screen around as well as access any of the 7 tabs in the bottom of the screen. Starting with the far left, we have the Chamber of Light. Here you can view the roster of magical girls, as well as read their individual stories or listen to the various voice lines of these magical girls. You can also view the various witches as well as images of their labyrinths. Here, in this section, you can also listen to any of the music that you might unlock. And of course, you can also view the portraits that you've obtained throughout the game's story and event progression. Next, we have the player match. Here, the goal is victory as you battle other players for rank. Each season runs for a limited time, but you can earn rewards and trade any match medals that you earn. You can select an opponent from the list the game gives you, or if you don't fancy the current list for any reason, you can always tap on the refresh list in the top center. Once you select an opponent by clicking on their icon, it will show you their full party. In this menu, you can also reassign your party members before actually beginning the match. As for the actual battle, it is the same turn-based style that you saw in the tutorial part, only this time it's fully automated. The battle will play out until there is a winner, though you can always press the skip button in the top right if you don't actually want to watch the fight. You get 5 plays per day regardless if you win or lose. Of course, if you win, you can gain extra rewards. The next tab after the player match is the Union tab. This option will become available to you after completing a certain part of the game's story. Unions are pretty self-explanatory as they basically function like a guild or a clan. You can choose to join one that already exists, or you can make your own. There is a max of 10 players per union. However, at the time of recording this, I'm not sure if the number of union members is upgradable or if an update will allow for more players per union in the future. Here you will be able to take on union missions. These missions will reset each week and will only become available at specific times of the day. Now you can skip this feature entirely, but something to keep in mind is that you can gain rewards for being a part of these union missions. Next up is the shop. Now we have a few different sub-menus in the shop tab. By selecting the one that looks like a Magica stone that says purchase, you will access the paid section of the shop. This is where players can choose to spend real money to get extra goodies. The other option is the icon that looks like a coin that reads Trader. Here you will see options for Fate Waves, Events, and Permanent. In this menu, you can trade any of the in-game currencies for character upgrade items or even pools in particular Fate Waves. Next is the Fate Wave tab. This is the gacha part of the game, and this is the main way we collect magical girls. There are a few different options to select from depending on certain in-game events or character events that are taking place at the time. Something to note when choosing which tab you want to draw from is that some are paid Magica stones only, while others will require keys or other special in-game items. Now to break it down, 3-star magical girls will appear as blue orbs. 4-star are pinkish magenta color, and the 5 stars are gold. During the 100-day event, I have seen 4 stars turn into 5 stars. Now, with all the pulls that you've probably been doing, you're bound to obtain multiple duplicates of your magical girls. So of course, these will be put towards them ascending. Each character can ascend up to 5 times, and any duplicates after that will be recycled into legacy medals, which can then be used in the shop. Moving on to the Party tab. Here we have a couple of things to go over, so first things first, under the Training tab, we can level up various aspects for any of the Kyoku that we own, such as character level, which will cap at your player level. This will increase the HP, attack, and defense for that character. Then you have your magic level, which will require various materials. Each magic level will increase with a different stat for your character, and the max is based on the character's current level. Of course, you have your ascension level. Like I mentioned in the gacha part, you will obtain duplicates of these magical girls, and they will be put towards your ascension level for the character. Each time you ascend, it will increase certain stats, and you can ascend up to 5 times. Next, you have your skills. Skills can be leveled up 10 times and will increase your magical girl's special ability. However, you will only be able to increase the level if you have the required items as well as have the specific ascension level. Later on, you will even unlock the slot for a support Kyoku and Chrysalis. Aside from powering up your Kyokus, you can also level up your portraits. Each portrait will have an ascension level as well as an enhancement level. Both cap out at level 5. Portraits will increase certain stats and will even have its own abilities that will be helpful when attached to your magical girls. Now you're ready to set up your party. 5 magical girls per party, and you can create up to 10 different parties. One thing to note is each character is associated with an element as well as a fighting type. Our elements include fire, aqua, forest, light, dark, and void. And our fighting styles are attacker, defender, breaker, debuffer, buffer, and healer. When creating a party, there's a few things to consider, like if you're setting up for story or for certain events, ranked battle, or even the towers. You could also just set up a party for fun, like all Madokas with a single Hamada, for example. You could also just select Auto Party, and the game will pick one based off of whatever tabs you select in this menu. And lastly, the quest. Here you will see Tower, Heartfelt Quest, Event, Upgrade, and Main. So let's go over what each one does in a little bit more detail. First, let's take a look at the Tower. This is a limited time event where you battle your way through the different mirror layers to earn rewards. The higher you get in the tower, the better the reward. and of course the more powerful the enemies will become. Mirror layers that have already been cleared can be played or skipped to earn extra rewards. You can do this 3 times a day. Next is the Heartfelt quest. This is a special type of quest where you can battle witches for heartfelt experience. This is how we unlock story and voice lines for our magical girls. However, you are limited to 5 battles a day. As you progress through the game's regular story mode, you will gain access to more witches in the Fill quest. Note that battles can only be skipped once you've cleared them. Next up is the Event tab. Here you can view special side stories while taking part in battles to earn event rewards. Of course, again, you are limited to 5 free battles a day. Most events run for a limited time, but with a memory ticket, you can access previous events through the Archive tab. It's a great feature in case you missed one entirely or you just didn't finish a story in time. Moving right along, we have the Upgrade quest. Here you can obtain items that are required for training. No QP is required until after you've cleared the stage. As long as you have QP, you will be able to continue the grind for training items. QP will replenish over time or can be added with up to 8 magical cubes a day. There are quests for Kyoku, Magic Unlock, and Chrysalis. And lastly, the Main Story Mode tab. It's exactly what it sounds like. Here you can witness the main storylines from both the anime and manga series in a visual novel style of gameplay with turn-based battles. Of course, completing the story will not only give you rewards, but you'll also unlock the battler for that story. And once you reach a certain point in the game's story, you will unlock Nightmare Mode, which is basically the same thing, but it's just tougher battles with the familiars and witches. So there you have it. The Puella Magia Madoka Exedra mobile game is probably my all-time favorite mobile game to date. As I mentioned, you can play this on your phone or through Steam, which is a major plus for me since I prefer to play games on my computer anyway. Developers have been pretty consistent with updates, which is a huge plus in my book. I love trying to draw for those 5-star magical girls, but of course I love seeing the different stories, whether they be a part of the main story or just a fun extra side story from the different events. So with that being said, this mobile game definitely gets a 10 out of 10 from me. And I don't say that lightly about these types of games since most of them are cash grabs in my opinion, and I am in no way sponsored to say nice things about it, I just genuinely like it a lot. Madoka Magica is one of my all-time favorite animes, and the game does a really good job at telling the story in a fun, interactive way. Plus the graphics are pretty good for something that can run on your phone. So if you liked the video, feel free to leave a like and comment down below if you have any game suggestions or if you just want to say hi. Don't forget to subscribe, it really helps encourage me to keep doing what I love, which is making these types of videos. All of my links are in the description below, so for now I bid you a farewell and I'll see you in the next one, but most importantly, this has been a Gaming Goddess review, and remember to keep on gaming.